Welcome to the ESI Africa studio, coming to you from the African Utility Week. Today I'm speaking to David Birungi, who is from Umeme, from Uganda, and we're going to be talking about the importance of customer engagement. Welcome, David, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, and thank you for hosting me.
David, I understand that yesterday you participated in the discussion around customer engagement.
Yes.
I want to find out, what did you find as the common challenge for utilities from Southern to Eastern Africa?
I think the biggest challenge is the utilities being able to identify when to begin the engagement. Most of us participants in the electricity sector, previously we've been always coming to engage with customers when they're already distressed. And yet the customer journey begins when actually they reach out for the service. Even before actually, they are able to open accounts in their names. A child of 5 years who wants to watch Jim Jam and power goes off and has access to a phone can call into a utility and say, power has gone off, my parents are not home, I need assistance. They make the calls. If they are early teens, they will write on Facebook. If they are late teens, they're maybe even mid-teens, they'll go on Instagram. They don't have an account with you, but they want to be helped. So the utilities need to decide, and decide early, when do you engage? There's no customer we can't engage with. We can engage with pensioners, we can engage with professionals doing business presentations, we can engage with home minders, people who are at home cooking a meal for people who are in meetings. All those are customers to engage with. So when to begin the engagement has been the challenge for most of utilities. And I believe across Africa, they'll struggle with that.
And if this is a challenge, was there solutions to this?
The solution is to recognize, and we discussed this yesterday, to recognize that customers are now online. The mobile phone has been able to revolutionize the way we interact with our customers. But look at it from the scientific way of dealing with our customers. Each of the devices our customers carry, the smartphone, has to be charged. And every time they go for the socket is an opportunity for us to engage with customers. If they get frustrated during that process, when they flip on the switch, they want a light. If you can't connect at that point with that customer, then you've lost him. He will disconnect. Every time they go to buy a token for power, and they can't make that transaction, or they can't understand what they've bought, they will disengage. So to keep the engagement up, we have to look for those touch points. Some of the touch points manifest in moments, a customer's life moment. We are here on a TV show. If power went off, the producer would disengage. So we need to engage with them and understand their moments. A teacher who is preparing a science exam is different from a baker who has an order of 100 cupcakes to deliver.
I guess, David, this can just go on and on to engage customers and to actually show that you care about them. And which brings me to another point. I understand that you're passionate about the people to understand the kilowatt hour.
Yes.
And what I want to find out is, what are the advantages of customers understanding it, and how can utilities make it easier for the customer to understand it?
The kilowatt hour, the way I understand it is these are 100 watts burnt for an hour. Now, most of our customers, they go out to buy electronics, which they plug in their sockets, but they never look at the power rating tag. They look at the price tag, never the power rating tag. Those who do, sometimes they don't understand the things that are written there. Volts, amps, watts. Now, we need to start from there. You cannot control what you can't measure. You can't measure what you don't understand. So many times utilities come out with programs of please save so much, do carry out energy saving behaviors in your home. But if somebody doesn't understand what he's saving, what will he save? So we need to go out there and remind the public what a kilowatt hour is, how you can measure. At Umeme, we've been able to integrate a usage calculator in our mobile application. The customer can key in an electrical appliance, key in the wattage rating and the number of hours they use. And then they are able to see, okay, so it costs me maybe 10, 20 kilowatt hours to do washing. And then if I multiply by the price, how much would I be paying? So that they have visibility of what they are saving. If you, for example, were driving a car and the speedometer is in the car boot, you'd never know what speed you're running at. So that's exactly why we need to clarify the issue of a kilowatt hour, so that people start saying, oh, okay, if I do this, this is what's going to cost on my meter. When that is done, then the utilities will have less pressure dealing with metering complaints, with the price complaints. Because if you look at utilities from across, I use the East African region, I've also looked at ESCOM. They have a huge number, about 30% of the complaints that come into the service channels are asking about bills and bill calculation.
Thank you so much, David. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for now.
Thank you
for watching. I'm Babalwa Pungane, copy editor of ESI Africa, coming to you from the African Utility Week.